1 year. Hello, it's Tommy here, and we're doing this probably a relatively quick video. Just wanting to do this for the 1 year anniversary of the channel. Yeah, it's been going on for a year now. Yikes. To be honest, I didn't think I'd make it. I thought I would have packed it in by now for various reasons. Yes. I wasn't going to do this. I originally was, and I wasn't going to. I was actually supposed to be taking a break from this due to obvious reasons. Real quick, fractured toe again. I fractured it early in the year, it's fractured again, and I've broken my finger. The reason why it's in the sling is it's not healing that great, and the doctors make me use the sling to keep it elevated. So, yeah, as you can see, it's a bit hard for me to do anything. So, yeah, we're just going to do this one video, then we're going to take a break until it heals properly and I can work on stuff properly. But, I want to do this, A, to keep the channel alive, and B, I can manage to do this video. Real quick, how the channel actually happened. It wasn't planned at all. It was never on my mind to do it. Really, no, unless a small voice in the back of my head, that was really it. How it really started was, well, when I started getting quite a number of followers on Twitter, people would ask me if I did this stuff, and I said no, and some people would say, "Oh, give it a go," but I didn't have the right equipment for it. There was a poll on Twitter one night, bought at the pub, that I did, and that did go in favour of me doing it, if people would be interested. But the real kicker was actually on Twitter, my Follow Friday videos. My Follow Friday videos that I did, I would actually edit. I had an editing software on my phone that worked fine for the 2-minute Twitter videos. I remember the one where I debuted the intro. My intro here on YouTube actually was used just for Twitter before this, and I just kept using the intro. When I debuted that was when the ball really started to kick in. And in actual fact, here's a snippet of that actual video. Good morning. It's Friday. It's a bunch of Twitter handles up here. I think you guys know exactly what needs to be done. Anyways, I hope you guys like that little intro. Yeah, I thought I'd throw it in here as a little something extra. No, could be practice for something else, who knows. But yeah, that intro got me in a screaming match on Wednesday night that went for an hour. That was fun. This is after I spent I don't know how long screaming at my TV watching Spacies suck at playing Castlevania on the Mega Drive. Oh, Christ. So I did that video. As you can clearly hear, I'm sticking it into Spacies a bit. He was tagged in that Follow Friday post. And in the replies, I see this. And that started it. And until the day I created the channel, I kept getting asked, and I kept getting told, why aren't you doing YouTube? You've got to do YouTube. Come on, we need more Aussie YouTubers. You've got to do it. Come on. Come with us and do this. Come on. I DM him, and we'd be talking about something else, and out of the blue would be, when are you doing YouTube? So, we got to PAX last year, and it was the Saturday, because I could only go the Saturday. And I'm talking to Spacies, and I'm talking to a few other people there, and they were talking about YouTube. And of course, Spacies has to point at me and go, this guy should be doing YouTube. At which point I went, alright, fine, bugger it. I pulled out my phone, I created the channel right there on the floor at PAX, and I uploaded the Speedball 2 and Shinobi 3 guitar videos that I had released on Twitter. I showed it to him, I said, there, are you happy now? Oh, okay. That's the real reason why the channel was created. It was to shut since Spacies up. And that was where it started. I thought, well, you're in this, you may as well do it proper. So we did. We had one video, which was actually the PAX video I did, that went bad. We had to rearrange for up until May this year. Nearly all the videos were done on my PS4, because that was the only way I could actually get game footage. There were a couple other things that we were able to manage, but it was rough until we were able to update to KineMaster. That's the software I use now for editing. We're able now to use nice proper gameplay capture footage thanks to the Kiga Fusion emulator. That's what I use. On an old crummy laptop, we're able to convert the AVI to an MP4, and away we go. And that is basically how that's happened up until now. Real quick, I'll touch on this because I know people are interested in this, particularly because a lot of this is recent. The best videos on the channel, or the most popular, most viewed, whatever. When I originally had the idea to do this video, I honestly thought I was going to tell you that it's the top video is the Shinobi 3 Whirlwind guitar video. To my complete surprise, I'm not telling you that. The #1 most viewed video on the channel is my reaction to the announcement of GGLS 3. That's #1. That's just very recently just ticked over 400 views. The follow-up, the second biggest video, is the video I did in regards to the original announcement of the LS collection, where I showed off the 4 games that were announced. As we know now, there's now 5 on that collection. Yay. But the original 4 that were announced, I showed them off. That was #1, but since then it's been knocked to #2. That's at 370 something, I think. Something views. Third is the Shinobi 3 guitar video. #3. And I honestly thought that would never get beaten. It would have quiet moments and then it would get another kick in views. And that was my #1 video from day one for 11 months. The 4th biggest video on the channel, my Musha LS story video, some of us, including a few people I spoke to, we were hoping that would get to #1, and it didn't. It was neck and neck with Shinobi 3 for a while, really close, but Shinobi 3 just got another kick. That's at 100 and something views now. It just ticked over 100 recently, thanks to my LS collection videos. For a while there it sat at 95. And the 5th biggest video on the channel is actually part 1 of my Golden Axe audiobook. Yeah. That that still gets a big kick in views every now and again. It goes quiet and then it picks up again. In recent years I've noticed that there is this massive love and a kind of resurgence of interest in Golden Axe. I think that's probably most helpful by the fact that Streets of Rage 4 happened. So, yeah, GGLS 3, LS Collection, Shinobi Free Guitar, Musha LS Story, Golden Axe Audiobook Part 1. And I honestly thought that, Shinobi 3 would never be beaten because it just looked that way. And to my surprise, a video that was #1 for 11 months got knocked over by a video that was at that time a week and a half old. And then that video got beaten by a video that wasn't even a week old at the time. Crazy stuff. Yeah. So before we end, I need to say thank you to some people. And first of all, right off the bat, I want to thank you, viewers, subscribers. It's been an absolute interesting year. We saw nice periods of growth, and then for a while we went really quiet where nothing really happened or changed. And then the last month with this LS stuff, we've really picked up momentum again, and it's been an absolute surprise. I mean, I thought those LS videos were only going to get like 20 views. Didn't realise that they would be the top 2 biggest videos on my channel now. It's crazy. So a huge thank you to you guys for watching, subscribing. I hope that it's still entertaining for you guys. We do try hard, so I'm glad it is paying off for people to watch. So a huge thank you to you guys. Also, I need to thank 2 very important viewers of the channel. They have been with me since day 1, and they comment on every video. They're always, they even help me behind the scenes sometimes with thoughts and opinions when I do show these 2 people sneak peeks occasionally, and that is Gothioso and Stewie from Stewie's Retro Gaming. You 2 have been absolutely incredible this whole year. I know for a fact that you 2 have seen every video that I've done, which is crazy for me to think. And yeah, if it wasn't for you 2, probably might not have gotten this far. Probably might have called it quits. And it's not, it wasn't the fact of views and stuff or subscribers. It was just trying to find time, because even though I know a lot of people know that I have disabilities and injuries, I actually still work. And I work a very demanding job, so trying to find the time to film and edit and all that, it got really difficult for a while there. And I thought I need to quit this because it's really just getting in the way too much. But with you guys enjoying it, I kept going. So a huge thank you to you, Gothioso, and you, Stewie, for your massive support. A couple of channels I need to thank, or a few actually. First up, I want to thank NintenTap. NintenTap were very kind to ask me to feature on their channel. I'm on a video of theirs which talks about the best games from this current generation, which is about to end next month. I went on that video talking about Sonic Mania. Check that video out. There's a whole bunch of us YouTubers on there, and yeah, it's an interesting video because there's no real sort of leniency to games. I think the most 2 repeated games were Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, but there was some really interesting games mentioned in that video. It's quite an interesting watch, and yeah, thanks to that, I got some people checking me out, so a huge thanks to NintenTap. Talked to them on Twitter as well, they've been supportive on there, so a massive thanks to NintenTap for their help and support in recent months. Also, I need to thank the Top Loader. Top Loader has been extremely helpful in regards to advice. He's helped me out on advice with editing software, types of videos. He was a big part of me continuing on doing what we're now calling the Tommy Tip features. There's more of those in the works. In fact, this is one of them now. He's been a big help in me doing the longer videos, stuff like that. And yeah, so Top Loader, huge thank you to you, because you've been an absolute massive help as well. And yeah, you know, once again, he's become another really great mate. Funny enough, even besides YouTube, for those that don't know, he pointed out himself on Twitter, Top Loader and myself are actually in the same profession. So quite often when we're not talking about games and YouTube, we're actually talking about work. So that's been quite nice as well. So yeah, a huge massive thanks to Top Loader for his support ever since I started as well. I also have to thank another channel that's been with me, helping me with this since day one as well, and that's the Aussie Gamers Experience. Those three boys, especially Lucas and Snoobs, have been extremely helpful. The day I actually created this channel at PAX, Snoobs asked me if I wanted to be on the channel, and there's a video that Snoobs did about last year's PAX, and I'm featured in it for a couple of minutes. So that was really cool, was to be put on there. They've mentioned me on their podcast a number of times now, and that's always been helpful. They've mentioned me in videos, and particularly Lucas and Snoobs have been helpful behind the scenes, hugely helpful, and they are extremely dear friends of mine, and they've helped me do everything to editing and you name it. So a huge thank you to Lucas and Snoobs, and Reg as well when it comes to the podcast stuff. Huge thanks to the Aussie Gamers Experience. Real quick before I forget, because he'll kill me if I forget him. I was going to forget him on purpose just to stitch him up, but he'll get crook of me. I need to thank Isaac. Now, none of you know Isaac. He's actually briefly mentioned in my Musha or Less video, but I never named him. Isaac is the partner of a family member of mine. Isaac actually was a big help when I acquired my copy of Musha or Less. So he plays quite a part in that, actually, and he is mentioned in that story. Isaac helps out with the channel tremendously, particularly with me being sick. He's jumped on with editing, and recently he has become sort of like a right-hand man to me. He doesn't like being on camera and all that, but he loves this stuff in terms of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the editing and the creative side of that. And what he and I have come up with for future videos, I look forward to showing you guys, because it's nuts. You'll love it. And I need to really thank Isaac for that, because he has become integral to this channel now, and it's some of the stuff that we're able to do wouldn't be possible without him ever since May. So he's become a major part of this channel, even though you guys don't see him. So a huge thank you to Isaac. lastly, and this is probably the biggest thanks of all. Of course, I have to. It must sound weird, even though I know. You know, it sounds like I got dogged into doing this. I do have to thank Spacies. Brian wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you at all. You were the one that kept pushing me to do it, kept encouraging me to do it, kept telling me to do it. You were the one that really were the one constant there for me to start this, and none of this would have happened if you hadn't have kept pushing me to do this. So a massive thank you to you. It's weird in the last few years just how much of a part you've played in my life, really. In my recovery from the lightning, all I really did was consume your videos as well as a few games. And then when I started on Twitter, you were absolutely instrumental in my building up on Twitter. You've been instrumental in this channel with helping and all that. He was a great help with the Musha LS video. And just becoming a great mate. So, yeah, a huge thank you to you, Brian. Because in theory, none of this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't have pushed me. So a massive thank you to you, mate. And that's it for this video. I hope this has been a half alright video. I know it's not really, not the normal stuff I do. That's just due to not being capable of doing much. But I hope that this has just been a fun, quick video for you, or semi-quick. From here on out, once I'm able to start up the channel again, there will be some changes. Just not huge changes, but just tweaks and stuff like that. Including the intro I've mentioned. That has been a great intro for over a year now, including Twitter. But it's time now for it to retire. And we have a new intro we've made, and I can't wait for you to see it. It's a really cool intro, and that will be just something that will really help pick up the channel more. So that will be there. We're working on getting better technology and more parts for this, so we can expand a bit more than what we currently are using. So that will be something to look forward to. And other than that, we'll probably just continue with the same formula that people seem to like. So yeah, other than that, I can't think of any more changes that we'll make.
Have you forgotten about me, you bloody idiot?
I was trying hard to forget about you.
Well, don't do that.
For those of you that haven't met him on Twitter, meet Mongrel. He's not going to be in every video.
Oh, what the hell?
But he'll be in some.
Bull crap, I'm not in every video. Are you forgetting about a very important part of the new intro?
Oh, yes. Alright, I'll give you that one. You do have a point. But no more of this smart arsery, alright? I've already gotten in trouble over you for not wanting to be clothed.
Oh, who cares? I don't want to wear a shirt.
You're putting on a t-shirt.
Oh, what is this crap?
We'll deal with this later. Anyways. Another big change is Mongrel here. He'll be joining us every now and again. Except for what you've blabbed. And seeing as you've blabbed it now, we may as well give these guys a showing of it, eh? To take us out, here is the new intro that we'll be using from here on out. Thanks for watching. See you later. I'm gonna freaking kill you.
Give it your best shot, hospital patient. Oh yeah, you ready for this?